make it work, but I ultimately didn't really want to be there. But then they sent me to Japan, which was fucking awesome. So I was like, yeah, let me get it. And yeah, she became my graphic designer early on. You know what I mean? She's always been into photos and photo manipulations, graphics stuff like that. So yeah, at that point, she was handling like my promotional shit. I took a bunch of promotional shit with me to Japan. They covered all the expenses, obviously, because I'm going there to study robots and do some shit in a factory. Like, it was bizarre, bro, but I'm down to travel. I like experience and stuff. So I go out there in the mindset of like, I'm doing music full time very soon, planning a fucking big tour on the backside, and just doing what I have to do in the meantime. But, you know, I had to go to Japan, you know.
Hey, definitely.
Yeah.
Where has music taken you, travel-wise?
All over the world, man. I've done a couple tours through Europe. I've been to Southeast Asia a few times, done some stuff in Vietnam, did my thing in Japan, although I didn't get to perform in Japan, you know what I mean? I just handed out flyers and stuff like that when I was there. But yeah, man, I've been all over Canada, all over the United States, all over the world multiple times. Got a lot of places I still want to go, but I was blessed to be able to cross over into these territories, get paid for some shows, and really get some live stuff going, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
It was fun, man.
Definitely. So when did you start getting back into Fort Wayne and helping out Fort Wayne more?
Yeah, so it was really right around the time that Nizzy Nice was starting to bubble. I don't know if you know who he is. He did the My City song. This is my city, where I'm from. That shit was popping off in the moment that I was moving to Fort Wayne. Like, me and my wife were like already on that love connection type of thing. So I was moving here anyway. Plus my team was here. Tony's here. Dave was living in the same vicinity at the time. So we were all kind of building here for a while. And yeah, from the Fort Wayne perspective, I probably touched down here in 2015. I came back from this tour that we booked ourselves. Basically what happened was I was still working at the engineering job. I hired this company out of Colorado to book me a national tour. They failed miserably, and it was devastating.
Explain.
Yeah, so like we have like 4 months head time when these conversations are happening. What I need per show, what they're gonna get for what they do, and we're gonna do it together type of deal. But they're gonna handle the booking, right? We're like, months go by and we've locked like 2 shows, and I'm furious, dude, because I'm like, I'm done with this job at this point. Like, I'm cool with everybody there, but I'm done waking up for this job. Like, I was ready to get on the road and do this music shit and see whatever the fuck's gonna happen, for real. And they dropped the ball miserably. Me and Dave decide like we gotta push it back. And I'm like ready to just, I was so pissed, bro, because I'm already mentally ready to go. So it came down to about 6 months later, we booked everything ourselves. I was on the phone every day with random people on Facebook that I connect with. I was trying to find show promoters anywhere I could and just put myself out there on the road in any situation that I could. Route a tour, basically. And we ended up getting 70 cities across the United States and Canada over a 3-month period. And so I was on the road living out of a van for 3 months with my best friend at the time, E3. Shouts to E3, that's my guy. And yeah, we do this shit together, broke. You know what I mean? Getting a little cheese from every show, and like it ended up being pretty successful for what it was, because we weren't paying for hotels or much of that at the time. We were staying with people we knew along the route, or we were sleeping in the fucking van, and we were cool with that. You know what I mean? It was one of the best times of my life. Very exciting journey. And when I got back from that is when I arrived back at home. My wife had the studio. I had already been doing engineering and production for a few years at this point. And so like I get home and now it's like, okay, in between tours, I'm gonna make beats, I'm gonna mix people's music, I'm gonna mix my own music and just try to get better at the overall like sound quality type of vibe. And that's what it ended up being for like 7 years, man. I was at the house, out the studio, working with Taji and a lot of different people, man. Like, it just became a deeper passion for me after that, you know what I mean? So that's, I'm getting a little off topic, but when I got to Fort Wayne, it was right after that tour. I dove back into the engineering, and for the next few years, it was between doing that kind of stuff and then hitting the road. And, you know, I ended up having my daughter. She's 6 now. So at the time, it's 2016. I'm going out for 2 months, coming back. You know what I mean? It's like balancing the family, the tour, the engineering stuff at home.
How's that?
And yeah, at that time it got a little chaotic. You know what I mean? Emotions are in different places. People want me to be here. I want to be here. I also want to be on the road. So it got a little crazy, but it all worked out. And ultimately, it ended up in me finding my most passionate aspect of music to this point, which is being in the lab with people and helping people see their visions through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, of course, led to me expanding from the house to successful music studios where we're at right now.
Definitely good.
Putting this building together, you know what I mean? And that we've been open since August, so it's been a few months and it's been awesome, man. I'm having a blast.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I want to say that you're one of the forefronts of Fort Wayne music. When I think of Fort Wayne, whenever I ask around, I hear a lot of you. I hear a lot of other rappers as well that probably had a buzz during a couple of years, 2016, and everything like that. But what is your take on music in Fort Wayne or Indiana today?
Man, it's a beautiful time to be here, and like it's growing up in Indiana, it's labeled by most as like a boring state. There's not a lot going on here, and that's an opportunity to me because like that's really the main reason why I've been here the whole time, because I'm not trying. I've been to LA a million times. I've been to all these different cities and worked in them and everything like that, and ultimately here I just feel at home and I see that there's a void to be filled for a lot of talent. Like I've always been very impressed with the potency of artists here. There is so much talent in this area, man. I know a lot of cities that talk about that and be about that, but man, we live that here. There's a very close-knit community of people that build, and like I have relationships with all the studios here, like Tom Hedstrom, 260 Productions. I got friends that do the same thing that I do, and we all still move and promote the artists that we work with, and you just see it becoming a real culture here. And that's not to say that there wasn't before we got here or something like that, but right now it's alive. People are doing their thing, man, and I just like seeing people win no matter what. When it comes to you being a dope artist and you're from Fort Wayne or you live in here and you're doing the professional things you need to do to make this a career, I have nothing but respect for that, man. I love that, and it don't matter if you work with me or not. I just love to see people from the city succeed, and we are on the cusp of some wild shit, bro. Like I'm saying, like, you got Wax Tracks, who had a studio here, multiple studios here. He was in the mall. He lives in Atlanta now. He's doing his thing. He's coming back, putting people on. Like, you just see something different occurring here, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it, man, and to play a role in it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's awesome.
What do you think is the potential of Fort Wayne, Indiana? Now, honestly, I'm not going to compare it to Atlanta because the culture inhabits itself. But can we get a lot of artists out of Fort Wayne? Do you think, like how other cities?
Absolutely, bro. Midwest hub type of vibe for sure. Like, and it doesn't even have to just be Fort Wayne. Like, there's a lot of people in Indy that I know that are doing a lot of things and connecting cities right here. I've always said that Fort Wayne is like the crossroads for all these cities. You got Cleveland over here, Chicago over here, Detroit's up north, Indy down south. And then even beyond that, it's not that far to get to Atlanta or New York. You gotta fly out to get to LA, but we have a place here that connects a lot of other big places. And at that, Fort Wayne is growing massively every single day. It's becoming a bigger city, so I see it becoming a hub for the entire Midwest, and then beyond that, to be honest. I see a lot of artists popping off from here, mainly from the people that are willing to work together and like really make a scene here, and you see a lot of it right now. It's really beautiful to see, man.
What sound do you hear a lot? I know being Indiana, we, like you said, we're right by Cleveland, we're right by Detroit.
I work with so many
Chicago.
people, man. Like, from a rap perspective, I see everything from like West Coast hip hop. I mean, that's few and far between. Let me put it like this: a lot of people gravitate towards what's popular here in the Midwest. The Detroit, the Flint sound, these kind of things coming from Michigan are real strong and prevalent here, which is cool. I see artists from all types of backgrounds and genres, which is fun, man. I get to see my best friend Tony. We actually just launched him in the country rap lane, like country, outlaw country rap. a field that I haven't really been as interested in the past, but I'm seeing how people are moving from here and how it works. And there's a whole bunch of people that are from here doing massive things in that lane. So I got a lot of respect for that. I work with every genre, man. Anybody that's willing to work with me, I'm out here. But my main focus, of course, is in the hip hop and R&B and pop lanes. And in that regard, like, there's just influences from so many different areas.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I had an artist in here today from Michigan named Scooter Bangs. He's been coming down here every week for the last 2.5 years and manifesting the life that he wants for himself type shit. You know what I mean? Awesome sound, progressive sound. Like, he starts here and it's been this long and it's like, I can believe because we lived it, but how far he's come in such a short amount of time. And now he's opening for Keith Sweat and like a whole laundry list of amazing R&B artists for 11,000 people in Oklahoma in January as a result of what we've been putting together for the last few years. And like, yeah, dude, just seeing stuff like that come to fruition, it's just every genre is popping right now. I work with rock bands, not even in the studio, that are about to be doing some stuff in their own lane. So yeah, man, it's a potent time. I can't emphasize it enough, man. The music market here in Fort Wayne is beautiful, and it's only going to continue to get better as the city grows. I believe that.
Definitely.
100%.
Thanks for talking with me, man.
Of course, bro. I appreciate you coming through.
Yes, sir. TZank, everybody.
Appreciate y'all, man.